So I went to a report on the Palestine Action Group protest outside Downing Street yesterday, and I came across some interesting characters. One of them I've already posted, but I thought I'd go through them with you in this video. This is Mason, a member of the Revolutionary Communist Party. Let's just watch our conversation together.
So, I noticed you have a hammer and sickle on the banner that you're holding.
Yep.
So, are you a communist?
Yes, I'm a communist. I'm a member of the Revolutionary Communist Party here in the UK.
And why are you here today?
I'm here as a communist because I believe that all this has its roots in capitalism and imperialism.
Just try to count how many times he says capitalism, imperialism, class, socialism, revolution, all the same jargon of words just being repeated over and over again like a broken record.
Which communism seeks to simply have a revolution against and abolish.
How would you describe Hamas? Would you describe them as capitalist or socialist or Islamist?
Hamas is simply the armed militia of the resistance in Gaza. They are standing up against imperialism. They are standing up against genocide, and it is because of the conditions that go all the way back to the Nakba in the full.
Would you describe them as an Islamist group?
What, sorry?
As an Islamist group?
Islamist group. Yes, I would describe.
Muslim Brotherhood.
Yes, absolutely. They have their roots in religious fundamentalism.
But what do you think an Islamist group like the Hamas, which is a Muslim Brotherhood, would do with communists?
See, communists are atheists. They don't believe in God. Marx described religion as the opiate of the masses. And obviously Hamas being a Muslim fundamentalist group, they're not going to take it very lightly with these communists. But let's see what he thinks they think of him or his comrades.
Well, we've seen videos emerge straight from not the Palestinian Authority, videos emerging from the brigades, I forget the name, openly saying that we should be fighting as Westerners, the imperialists here in this country. I've seen videos of English-speaking Hamas fighters openly.
Videos of English-speaking Hamas fighters. So they've given him reassurances that, yeah, we're your friends. And he believes them.
Saying that it's the Leninists and the Marxists that are standing up correctly on a class basis against the imperialists.
So videos of English-speaking Hamas fighters saying, oh, Leninists are wonderful, they're fighting imperialism, so yeah, we're their friends.
That are waging war and profiting off of the genocide in Gaza. They are our comrades. They are fighting against imperialism. And that despite being extremists, religious extremists and Islamists, we stand ultimately on the same side against imperialism and against capitalism.
So how many times has he said imperialism so far? Have you tried to keep up?
My own experience is I come from Iran, and the Islamists came to power in 1979.
Yep.
They said the same sort of things. They said that everyone can have their own political parties and all that. One of the first things they did was they annihilated the left in Iran. I mean, we have the massacre. Are you aware of the 1988 massacre of political
1988
massacre?
Not
I don't think he was aware of it, but I just thought I'll ask him to see if he is.
1988 massacre. I know those closer to 79 and from the regime change.
1988 massacre of political prisoners in Iran, where about 5,000, mostly leftist political prisoners, were summarily executed over 2 months. Do you not think that the same danger could await the communists with other Islamist groups that you're going to bed with?
So it should be very clear that we do stand with Iran against Israeli and Western imperialism.
He's a Marxist-Leninist, and he stands with Iran because he thinks Iran's standing against imperialism.
Especially, but despite that, they do stand against the people that are standing up against Israel and against the Western imperialism on the class basis. It's ultimately the responsibility of us Westerners here in Europe and in America to take the power back from the imperialists, from our own. Sorry, really.
He said imperialism so many times, he nearly choked on it.
Really dry votes. I've been talking way too much today. And that is where we stand.
Have you ever protested against the Iranian regime?
I haven't been around doing this long enough to protest against the Iranian regime.
What sort of background do you have yourself?
Myself, I'm a university student. I just graduated. I would say that I come from a very both middle class and working class, with both of my parents working on different ends of
What
that.
do they do? Can I ask what they do?
Yes, so my dad right now runs kind of like a independently as himself.
So self-employed.
You see, like, he's a little bit embarrassed to say that his dad's got his own business, so he doesn't want to say he's a bourgeois.
Yeah. He's self-employed, but he's worked in proletariat jobs. He's been a teacher before. He's even So he's.
I don't think a teacher is classed as a proletariat, but there you go.
He's been a teacher before. He's worked in regular stores. He's worked all over the place. I would personally describe him as middle class right now because he's self-employed and he's doing quite well for himself. But that has got nothing to do with how he's that's got nothing to do with his upbringing.
So there you go. There's some bourgeois kid who's a little bit ashamed about his background, and he thinks that Hamas are allies of him. Because he's watched some videos of some English-speaking Hamas fighters saying, yeah, the Leninists are really nice people. And he thinks that he's standing with them against imperialism. Let's watch this other one. This other one introduced himself as an artivist. Now, I've always called these protests performative protests because they're really not about Gaza. I mean, these are the same people that are present in all these protests, no matter what the cause is. And the reason they go to these protests is mostly because they want to publicize themselves or some skill that they think they have in some way. This one is an artist who calls himself an artivist. Let's watch him now.
Hey, I'm Artical Flex. I'm an artist, a creative artivist, and I use art for activism.
And what you're here?
To give love to Britain, because Britain's devoid of love. They've been evolving with unrepentant malevolence for years, for centuries. And
but you've come on a Palestine protest,
yeah,
to give love to Britain.
Yes.
How does that make sense?
How does it make sense? Because they're devoid of love. I'm not going to hate them because they'll just give hate back to me.
But by carrying 2 Palestinian flags, you think you're giving love to Britain?
When I dance, I do.
Are you going to dance later?
So there you go. How he wants to help the people in Gaza is by dancing. So obviously his dancing is going to resolve all their problems.
I've danced already and I will dance again.
Do you think there should be ceasefire in Gaza?
Huh?
Do you think there should be ceasefire in Gaza?
Yes, there has to be a ceasefire.
What do you think is the easiest way of bringing ceasefire in Gaza?
Ooh.
I was nearly expecting him to say, oh, if I dance, there'll be ceasefire in Gaza.
Ooh. Hey.
Shall I suggest one? For Hamas to release hostages.
For Hamas to release hostages?
We'll have ceasefire then, no? 7th of October,
no.
They kidnap loads of people.
No.
If they just release them, Israel wouldn't have an excuse.
The state of Israel has got an agenda to wipe out Palestinians.
So why are there so many Israeli Arabs? Why are so many Israeli Arabs in the army? Why was the head of the Knesset an Arab? Why was the head of one of the biggest banks an Arab? There's over 2 million Israeli Arabs, Christians, Druze, Muslims, and they're all living well. First time I went there, I went to Jaffa, I went to a restaurant, it was owned by an Arab. It was like Israeli Arab customers sitting next to each other, having fun. So why don't we ever see that side of it? I mean, you're talking about love. I saw a lot of love there. In Jaffa?
Yeah.
In a restaurant?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was mixing.
All right.
When do you think Tel Aviv was built?
Huh?
When do you think Tel Aviv was built?
I don't know.
I think we've met before, haven't we?
Right, so this woman's voice that you can hear, you can't see her, but she recognised me and she came over and started telling him not to talk to me. And unfortunately, we were having a good dialogue and good conversation, but because of her, it all stopped.
I don't know.
Yeah, we have met before.
So there you go. That was the Artivist for you, and we had Mason, the member of the Revolutionary Communist Party. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. But these are the sort of people that are going on these protests, and it's their day out. It's their way of having fun. So yeah, thanks for watching.